Hi, so it's the end of Mental Health Awareness Week. And with that, I've just been reflecting on some of the questions that people were asking me. And specifically, I think when we raise awareness to mental well-being and mental health, people want to know how to help others. Yes, we all understand that anxiety, depression, suicidal feelings, those are problems that are all around us. And as we become more aware of it, it's our human nature to want to help and to be able to contribute to that. So I have been asked, how do I help someone who is suicidal? How do I help someone who is depressed? What do I say to them when they confide in me and share that personal story with me? So I would like to share then with you, first of all, some things of what not to say and not to do first, before I can then maybe give you some more directions of what would be the right approach to deal with that. So, first of all, the most important thing, what not to do, is not to remain silent and not to ignore the problem, not to pretend as if you haven't heard it, or show that you are simply uncomfortable and you don't know how to deal with that, so you will change the subject. It's very important that instead that you are present and you listen to that person and you engage in a conversation. Now, another big problem that sometimes people face is that as soon as let's say I share with somebody that I might be suicidal or I'm feeling depressed, friends want to help and they jump in and saying, oh, but don't you see all these amazing beautiful things in your life? You have XYZ, you should be happy. You cannot be feeling the way you're feeling. So what this does then to the person, that instead of them already feeling bad, now they will be feeling bad about feeling bad, and they'll be feeling guilty for putting the burden onto your shoulders, for sharing this in the first place. So it doesn't really help, because reality is that most people know what the good things that they have, but sometimes it still doesn't make you happy. You know it, but you don't feel it. So that's the difference. So yeah, don't bring attention to all the good things that people have, and really just listen to them. Other things that we shouldn't do is to give them any advice. Of course, unless you are working as a specialist in that subject, we shouldn't really be telling them what to do and how to do it and where to go it and how to approach the situation. Because at the end of the day, only they know what it is that they need. Only they know what it is, what support is required, and is their personal journey to that. Now, one more thing that we should not do is tell them that you know how they feel. Even if you have some similar experiences, even if you experience some very similar things that you had to go through, it is still every person's experience. And to say that, oh, I know how you feel, I know exactly what you mean, is really diminishing that person's personal experience to that. Okay, so that's a lot of don'ts, I guess. Now, what shall we do and say instead? Well, first of all, I think it is okay to say that you don't know what to say, if that's the case. Tell them that you are there for them and you are glad that they shared this with you, and thank them for sharing that with you. Tell them that you feel maybe privileged in a way that they sharing some of those vulnerable feelings with you, because having somebody to listen to you and be able to share things with others is first and the most important thing to healing and recovery. So show your support and make their sharing and their openness welcome and accepted. Now, of course, we should not give any advice, but at the same time you want to help that person. So you can help them by directing them to specific resources in a way of asking them questions. So instead of saying, oh, you should see a therapist, and you should go to counseling, or you should take some medicine, or whatever that is, or you should just hang out more, or whatever that is that is on your mind that you think that person should do, instead you ask them, have you thought of doing some therapy? Have you tried this? How do you cope? What do you do to help yourself? What worked so far? What didn't work? What are the situations where you feel the worst? What are the situations that you feel better? Are there any environment, any people, any other triggers around you that can help or activate some of these bad feelings instead? So just by asking them active questions like this, you can help that person to think for themselves, think for their own resources, and maybe connect to some of the things that are helpful. Because if a person is in a very negative, depressed state of mind, they probably don't have a capacity to think about the resources and good things. So by you asking, well, when do you feel opposite? When do you feel happy? And just bringing those memories can remind them about some of the actions and choices that they can make in their life to change maybe some things in their environment, in their behavior, in their connections, in the ways of their working and people that they're speaking to, that can help them to feel better. So another thing as well is keep in touch. Any person who is sad, lonely and depressed, as much as they even tell you that they don't want to socialize and they will be withdrawn and uninterested in any social participation or any activities, they still want that connection of another human being for them. And it's very important that you as a friend show them that you care just simply by being there. So you don't have to invite them to parties and stage some big activities to do, because person probably doesn't have energy or willingness to do that. But find them where they are. Find what they are doing and simply join them. And even if that means sitting in their bedroom when they are sulking and just sitting in silence next to them, then that will mean a lot to them. So show that you care, and if you know of somebody else who might need this video, of somebody else who need this support, please share. And also, if you have any questions, if you're dealing with any specific situation that you need support and help with and you don't really know how to approach it, please send me some questions, message me, type questions below. It might be helpful for somebody else, so please share and let's help, let's support each other, and let's be open and let's encourage those in need to talk to us. But before they can talk to us, we need to learn how to listen and how to respond to that properly. So I hope this helps, and I wish you a lovely day.